Today is the seventh and last Sunday of Easter, which means next week is what? Pentecost Sunday. Pentecost Sunday, 50 days after the resurrection, right? 50 days after Easter. Pente means 5, so 50 days. Last Thursday, which was 40 days after Easter, what did we celebrate? The feast of what? Feast of the Ascension. Pagkatapos ng 40 days, Jesus ascended on high into heaven. And we celebrated that last Thursday. But thing is, the story of Jesus does not conclude with the resurrection. It really reaches its highest peak, its apex, at the ascension. Why is that? I'll explain later. But our knowledge of the ascension, well, our knowledge of God is directly related to our understanding of what the ascension is all about. We have a wrong understanding, we have a wrong grasp of what the ascension is, then we will have a wrong knowledge of God, and we will have a wrong worldview, a wrong theology, a wrong eschatology. Ibig sabihin, eschatology, yung mangyayari in the future. Magiging mali ang pagkakaalam natin sa mga naghihintay sa atin sa kinabukasan. But let me put it this way first. The ascension is not about Jesus evacuating the world, the earth. It's not about him fleeing the earth and escaping it to go to a good place in a faraway galaxy. It's not about Jesus saying, bye-bye, see you later, see you in 2,000, 5,000, 50, 100,000, 1 million years from now. No, if we see it that way, it becomes about Jesus' absence. If the ascension is about Jesus' absence, then our hope, yung inaasam natin, magiging, hintayin ko yung pagkakataon na ako naman, it's my turn to also leave this hopeless world. Kasi yung ginawa ni Jesus, umalis siya dito eh. He left the earth kasi wala eh. Nag-aari dito, demonyo eh. Diba? At saka maliliit na demonyo na kung saan-saan. Isang araw, that world will proceed from bad to worse. And according to the understanding of some Christians to palala ng palala hanggang hindi na kaya ng mundo, magugunaw na. Bago mangyari yon, lahat ng pinili ng Panginoon, He will scoop them out of the earth in an event called the rapture of the church. Kasi yung mga pinili lang tapos dadalhin sila sa langit, sorry na lang yung mga maiiwan. Diba? Kasi hahagupitin sila ng kasamaan ng demonyo. That's not the gospel at all. Our Christian hope is not an anxious longing and anticipation of our turn to also evacuate this hopeless world. Listen to this, Ephesians chapter 1, verse 20. God raised Jesus from the dead and seated him at his right hand in the heavenly places. See how, hindi pa yan, no? Mamaya pa yan, second translation na. But see how the resurrection and the ascension are tied together. God raised Jesus from the dead and seated him at his right hand in the heavenly places, far above all rule, authority, power, and dominion, not only in this age, sabihin ngayon, right now. Right now, Jesus is seated at the right hand of God, far above all rule and authority, right now, but also in the age to come. Jesus is Lord right now. And he will be Lord from here on out. Jesus will not be Lord when he comes back. He's Lord now. He's Lord of heaven and earth. Kaya nga sabi niya, all authority in heaven and on earth, which means even presidents are under him. Kahit gaano silang kakurap, they're under his administration. The Message translation, now you can see, flash that on screen. The Message translation says this, of the same verse. God raised Jesus from death, and set him on a throne in deep heaven, in charge of running the universe. Everything from galaxies to governments. Jesus is Lord, okay? He's in charge. No name, no power is exempt from his rule. And not just for the time being, not just now, but forever. He's in charge of it all and has the final word on everything. So the ascension is about Jesus being exalted to the right hand of God, being exalted to the right hand of power, to receive all authority in heaven and on earth. That's what the ascension is about. And when we say he's seated at the right hand of God in heaven, we're not talking about a geographical location. He's not in like the third quadrant of the universe. Hindi siya nandun hindi natin makita kasi nandun siya sa likod ng Milky Way. No? No. The heavens, actually, ang tawag sa heaven is the heavens. Is all of these things that we see, every which direction. That's the heavens. Because God is omnipresent. You cannot put him exclusively in one place. In fact, he's bigger than the heavens. He's bigger than the universe. So he's everywhere, including earth. He's omnipresent. He's that big. So Jesus is given the right hand of power. When he said, when it says that he went up to heaven, it means he went up to the place of authority. Not just of righteousness, but of authority and power. And when he was given that, he became, again, omnipresent. Ano nangyari, no? Jesus, the Logos of God, the Son of God, before he was incarnated, he was a spirit too, no? He was omnipresent then. God siya. And then he limited himself to becoming man like you and I. And nung naging tao siya, for 30 years or so, nandito sa lupa siya, he limited himself to being, unipresent. He can only be in one place at a time. Kaya nung namatay si Lazarus, hindi siya nakapunta, sinabi, sana nandito ka. Wala siya doon. Nandun lang siya sa isang lugar, sa Galilee. Nasa Bethany, nasa Judea sila Mary and Martha and Lazarus. So, but when he ascended on high, even if he still had flesh, and I don't know how this works, kahit meron isang katawan, he still was omnipresent. He still was present in all things. Sabi niya, no? Lo, I am with you always. Paano yun? Paano siya nakakapasok sa saradong kwarto? You ever thought of that? Paano siya nakapenetrate dun sa dingding? He's omnipresent. I don't know how it works, but he's human still, and he's still God, but he's everywhere. This is happening in St. Paul. So he is also given power to be omnipresent, again, even in his fleshly body. So the ascension is not about Jesus' absence, but his exaltation to the right hand of power. And it's also, number 2, about his being omnipresent. It's about his pervasive, ubiquitous, ibig sabihin, always and everywhere, presence. Sabi ni St. Paul, Ephesians chapter 1 pa rin, no? Continuing, he says, he fills all things everywhere with himself. He fills all things everywhere with himself. Kaya nga sinasabi ko, no, ngayon, ang kamatayan para sa atin, when we get past the door of death, guess who will find there? Jesus. Because he fills every square inch of the universe with His presence. Sipin natin yun, no? Walang sulok na nawala siya doon. Wala. He's present in all things, at all times, and in all places. And guess what? If He fills everything with His presence, what will happen to that thing? Jesus is the Lord of life. Parang yung si King Midas, di ba? Alam niyo yung Midas touch? Anong hawakan niya, nagiging ginto si King Midas. Jesus, kung ano yung punuan niya, He fills with His presence, they receive His resurrected life. Think about that. Think about it. His light shining in darkness, where there's darkness. His healing overcomes sickness where there's sickness. His life conquers death where there is death. Sabi ko nga nung Thursday, no? Si Jesus, may nakakahawang sakit na mas contagious pa kaysa sa COVID. Ang sakit niya, resurrectionitis. Ano yung resurrectionitis? Di ba? May sakit siyang ganon. At hinahawahan niya lahat ng tao at lahat ng bagay. Yung iba, asymptomatic. Di ba? Pero nahawa na kayo. Tayong lahat. Nahawa na tayong lahat. May resurrectionitis na rin tayo. Yung iba sa atin, katulad ko, hindi pa asymptomatic, no? Hindi pa makita. Pero isang araw, it will fully manifest. And it will, it's an unstoppable pandemic that Jesus is spreading. Very contagious. If we see it this way, then our blessed hope is resurrection from the dead. Kung hinawa niya tayo ng kanyang buhay, ang magiging pag-asa natin ngayon, isang araw, it will be fully developed that kung ano man yung hinawa niya sa atin, which is His life. Right now, it's there, it's working, pero hindi pa fully manifested, no? Full-blown. Kumbaga, express it in a negative way, may HIV tayo, hindi pa AIDS, no? But one day it will be full-blown. Because we and all creation are destined to be restored. We're looking to a new heaven and a new earth. A new heaven and a new earth. When, Jesus went up to heaven, heaven there is in a different dimension, is a higher plane. When He went up to heaven, as a human being, He took us, all of humanity, and seated us with Himself at the right hand of the Father. Yun yung sinasabi ni St. Paul. Hindi location, kundi higher plane. With power and authority and righteousness and justice and peace and love. Doon niya tayo in-exalt with Himself. So that we too would be far above all principalities and powers. So that we too would be, sabi nga nung kanta, kinanta namin ito on Thursday, Christ is the head of the church, the first to rise from the dead. Una, first fruits, we will follow. That He might be a ruler, supreme over all, and reconcile us unto God. Second verse goes, all hail to the head of the church, by Him we have risen from the dead, so that we also might be rulers to reign over all. To reign over all. Eventually, at this point, sin still reigns over us. Hindi pa tayo nagahari sa kasalanan ng lubos-lubusan. But one day we will be reigning over sin. So, just because we don't see Jesus doesn't mean He's absent. Doesn't mean He's not here. Just because nobody saw the victory of the cross on Good Friday doesn't mean that Jesus was not victorious. Christus Victor nga ang tawag din sa kanya, no? Sabi ng collect nung Thursday, nung Feast of Ascension, It says, Almighty God, whose blessed Son, our Savior Jesus Christ, ascended far above all heavens, that he might fill all things, mercifully give us faith to perceive that according to his promise, he abides with his church on earth, even to the end of the ages. Sana makita namin, ma-perceive namin, na katulad ng pinangako niya, kasama namin siya, hindi siya maalis. Hindi namin siya makita because he went into the otherworldly realm, the spiritual realm, which our physical eyes cannot see. But that spiritual realm is all around us. We're just separated with a veil, which, sabi nga nila, only the eyes of faith can penetrate. Ngayon kinakanta natin, Yahweh, I know you are near. Pag nabubulagan tayo, ang tinatanong natin, Lord, nasan ka? Ba't mo ko iniiwan? Nangyayari sa atin yan, di ba? Pag nanghihina tayo, bakit mo pinabayaang mangyari sa atin to? Hindi natin nakikita in the spiritual realm, invisible, may ginagawa pala siya, no? Parang yung, ano yan? Yung footprints in the sand. You know that poem? Yung footprints, like, express describe the life of this one man. Kita niya, yung mga early years, there were 2 sets of footprints. And he asked God, ano ibig sabihin yan? That's you and I walking together. You know? And then, in the stormy parts of his life, the man saw only 1 set of footprints. At tinanong niya, pambira ka naman, Lord, kung kailan meron akong storms, in these times when I'm being tried, doon ka pa nawala. Ayan, no? Isang set of footprints lang nakikita ko eh. Sabi ni Lord sa kanya, excuse me, size 12 yan. Di ba? Yung sa'yo, size 5 lang eh. Size 12 yan, akin yan. Yung footprints na akin yan. Yan yung time na binubuhat kita. Pero hindi mo nakikita. That's what happens sometimes. But God is working even now. Even if we don't see. He's near. He's near. Sabi rin nung preface, yung prayer dun sa nung Feast of the Ascension. It says that Jesus is Lord of all and has passed beyond our sight, not to abandon us, but to be our hope. Galing, no? Hindi natin siya nakikita, pero hindi ibig sabihin iniwanan niya tayo. He's with us so that we can be with Him. Again, not talking about geographical locations. He's with us and so we can be with Him. That is, to join Him in His holiness and His righteousness and His living on that higher plane. Di ba yung yumaong si Bishop Gene Lilly. Remember Bishop Gene Lilly? He always ended his sentence with what? Are you with me? Yan ang sinasabi niya palagi eh. You with me? Ibig sabihin, do you get my drift? Do you understand what I'm saying? Are we on the same, the same page? Hindi niya sinasabi, are you with me? Nandito ka ba kung nasan akong nakaupo? I'm not talking about a place. He's talking about, are you there with me? The same thinking. You want to understand what I'm saying. This is the purpose. Sinabi ni Jesus, so that where I am, they can be there also. Not in a place, but in righteous living, on a higher plane. Kaya ang sinabi ni St. Paul, if you have been raised with Christ, Colossians chapter 3, if then you have been raised with Christ, and you've been seated at the right hand of God with Him, then what you do is focus on what's there. Focus on the standards of that realm. Not on the standards of earth, which is corruption and sin, lamangan, gulangan. Don't walk that way, di ba? Seek the things that are above, higher, in the heavenly places. Sinabi lang high, hindi dahil vertically high, but higher plane. Greater realm. That's what he means. So that where I am, there you may be also. Heavenly living. Again, not a physical place. So that, like me, sabi ni Jesus, sa prayer niya sa gospel ngayon, they're not of the world, although they're in it. And there's a reason they're in it. In fact, Jesus said, Lord, don't take them out of the world. Father, don't take them out of the world. And I'm not asking that you take them out of the world. We put them there. They're people. They belong to the world, to the material world. Don't take them out of the world, but protect them from the evil one. Make them overcomers. We have seated them at your right hand beside me. Don't let them, far above rule and authority, don't make them, cause them to be under rule and authority again. Tinaas na natin sila eh. Dineliver na natin sila eh. Huwag na nating pabayaan na mapasailalim uli sila sa kapangyarihan ng principalities and powers of darkness. Don't take them up, but keep them from the power of the evil one so that they can overcome him. Verse 18 of John 17 says, As you sent me into the world, I also send them into the world. Kaya tayo na mga nagpipray na, Panginoon, tanggalin mo na ako dito. Sawang-sawa na ako sa mga kaguluhan dito sa mundo. Gusto na mapunta sa langit. Gusto ko na mapunta sa piling mo. Well, nasa piling na niya tayo. You're sitting right now in the presence of God. We're already there. I'm not saying there's not coming a day when things will be heavenly. But heaven is right here, right now. We're just not that mature enough yet to walk in the fullness of it. But it's here for the taking. It is. It takes time for us to fully grasp that and experience that, but it's already here. Again, Jesus sends us into the world. Why? Because we've been seated at the right hand of the Father. And we can overcome the darkness of the world. The reason He's sending us is because we're light, being sent into the darkness, para yung mga nasa kadiliman, sila rin can be exalted with Jesus and seated with Him at the right hand of God. That's our mission. If we say, Lord, tanggalin mo na ako dito, then we're being selfish. Only we want that only we can experience the joy of being seated at the right hand of God. Paano naman yung ibang kapatid natin? Di ba? The gospel is not about escape, but Jesus, with His church, the body of Christ, renewing the face of the earth, letting their light shine in their darkness. So the people would see their good works and glorify God in heaven. Our blessed hope is the transfiguration of all things into a new creation, free from the corruption of sin and death. You and I have been chosen to be instruments to bring that about. Our calling is to, again, we're looking forward to a new creation. Jesus is even right now making all things new. We'll look for the resurrection of the dead and the life of the world to come. Paradise, Eden, heaven on earth. Our calling is to live as if we're already there. Binanggit ko kanina, Colossians chapter 3. You've been seated there. Focus on those things. Live according to that higher standard. Seek the things above. What are the things above? Love, joy, peace, kindness, patience, goodness, faithfulness, unity, harmony. What are the things of earth? Corruption that we need to be free from. Envy, strife, anger, wars, divisions, chismis. Yan yung things of earth. Don't focus on those things. Nasa ilalim yan ng powers and principalities. Seek the things above, where Christ is, seated at the right hand of God. So that, Colossians chapter 3, continuing, when Christ is revealed, you also will be revealed with Him in glory. Sabi ni St. Paul, no, sa isang sulat niya, that creation anxiously longs, eagerly waits for the revelation of the sons of God, to be set free from its slavery to corruption into the freedom of the glory of the children of God. Hinihintay tayo ng buong mundo. Mga tao at mga hayop at mga puno, lahat. Because we're subjected to futility. And they want to be set free from the power of the devil. Naghahari sa ngayon ng kamatayan, ang sakit. They want to be set free from that. Who's instrumental in reversing that process? You and I. That's the reason we were seated far above all rule and authority. Let's understand our calling. For Christ is the head of the church. He's ruler, but He also made us rulers to reign with Him. That's our mission. That's how we enlarge our borders. We start small like a mustard seed, but that's our calling. Isn't it exciting? Di ba kayo excited? Kalabitin nyo nga ulit katabi nyo. Hindi ka ba excited? It's a privilege, it's a joy, it's an honor. And that is the good news. And that's the way it is in the kingdom of our God.